Hey, did I just mention every song on the album? I did. They're all worthy of mention. Welcome to numbers 16 through 20 of my top 100 records of all time. It's been a journey, but we are at the top 20 now. So these albums in this video are going to really blow your mind, and they're some of my favorites, obviously, ever. If you haven't already, it'd be awesome if you'd like this video, hit the red subscribe button, and turn your bell notifications on so you don't miss out on any weekly videos I put out. Number 20, May, the Everglow. Not quite emo music, the Everglow is an emotional pop roller coaster that takes you through a wide array of emotions. It's almost a rock opera at times. It's a concept album of sorts, and it actually follows a storybook progression if you let it. It has warm, powerful pop-punk vocals, much like Jack's Mannequin. With sweeping instrumentation, it is an oral journey through youth and love, and is just as interesting musically as it is anthemic and catchy. If you guys recall, I actually did a video with the lead singer of May where we dug through some record stores together. You can check that out if you click above me. He also signed my copy of the Everglow, which is awesome. This version is my favorite variant. It is a second pressing, I believe, maybe third pressing of the recent wave of represses, but this is like a beautiful green marble, and the other disc is this really nice kind of blue and white. I think those colors match the gorgeous watercolor cover so nicely, and this version actually comes with a booklet that has illustrations for every single song with lyrics. It actually helps you go through the story that way. And to show you guys how much I really love this album, this is the original press. It's on black vinyl. However, inside there's a gatefold, which is not present on the repress, and this has all the images right here. Number 19, Guster Goldfly. Harmonies and hand drumming is what makes Guster such a special band. Their second release, Goldfly, is my personal favorite. They really hit their stride after this album. Their two most popular albums, Lost and Gone Forever and Keep It Together, came right after this. Goldfly, for me, is perfect because it captures the rawness that the band is known for, such as in Great Escape and Medicine, and then also has some of the prettier, softer harmonic stuff like Demons and X-Ray Eyes. It also has one of the weirdest songs the band has ever done, Airport Song, which was a big successful song for them, but honestly, it almost belongs in Primus's catalog rather than theirs. It is a great record though. Obviously, it is super high up on my list, and it wasn't pressed on vinyl for a long time, and I was really disappointed about that when I first got into collecting records. Thankfully, a couple years ago, they decided to press it for the first time, and I, of course, had to get the limited version on, you guessed it, gold vinyl. Number 18, Bright Eyes, I'm Wide Awake, It's Morning. I like Conor Oberst quite a bit, but I find myself not returning to the majority of Bright Eyes' catalog or his solo stuff. I'm Wide Awake, It's Morning, however, is flawless. Bright Eyes was actually one of the first concerts I ever went to, and it was this album that made me fall in love with them. After the extremely sad and morbid anecdote that the album opens up with, it wavers between heart-wrenching and gut-wrenching for the rest of the record. It navigates this sea of songs with his fragile poetic lyrics, almost like Bob Dylan, over very light orchestral instrumentation. First Day of My Life was the first song I heard of theirs, and I loved it. But over time, I think my choice cuts from this record are Lua, Old Soul Song, and Road to Joy. I also love Landlocked Blues, but damn is it hard to listen to. It's so sad. This album's never had a limited release, but if it does one day, you bet your butt I'm picking it up. Number 17, Childish Gambino, Because the Internet. Looking at the rest of this list, I guess this is in my top 5 hip-hop albums of all time, and makes a lot of sense. I have been a Donald Glover stan since the Derek comedy days. Whether he's writing for TV, acting on TV, making movies, making music, I live for whatever he puts out. I remember listening to the I Am Just a Rapper mixtape series when he first started making music, and he was rapping over indie songs like Animal Collective and Arcade Fire. After a few more mixtapes and EPs, he released his debut album, Camp, which I really enjoyed. It was a mixture of him being a really good rapper and also the comical guy that everyone knows him to be. What I didn't expect was the follow-up, Because the Internet, to far exceed my already sky-high expectations. While the themes of Camp were definitely on the heavier side at times, the poppier production sometimes masked it a little bit. BTI definitely wears those themes directly on its sleeve. The production, while still high production for sure, is jarring at times, almost taking a page out of the Death Grips and Yeezus playbooks. I think this is Gambino's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It shows him at the top of his game, rapping and writing arguably better than any other time he's put out music. This is definitely one that will go down as legendary years later. I have this version, which has this really cool, kind of shiny cover, and it actually comes with this screenplay that goes along with the album, which is very cool. But my prized possession is the official bootleg, which numbered on the bottom out of 800. It just has the letters on the front stamped on, and it comes on this really glorious red vinyl. These guys are hard to track down, but for this album, it was worth it. Finally for this video, number 16, Pearl Jam, 10. Where It All Began. The best grunge album of all time. Eddie Vedder joined up with the members of Temple of the Dog, and the rest, my friends, is history. 10 burst onto the scene with the raw passion, talent, and energy as a lot of the bands had at the time, but no one did it quite like PJ. Eddie's voice is equally unique and powerful, and some people don't like it, but to them I say, listen more. To me, it's almost like another instrument. It blends in with the tight musicians behind him so well. It's just a unique quality that a band needs to have to set themselves apart. This album is a perfect blend of grunge anthems. I'm talking about Once, Alive, Black, Even Flow, Jeremy. You know those songs. Some less radio-friendly bangers like Why Go, Porch, and Deep. And then some of the most intensely beautiful tracks like Release and Oceans. And then my favorite track on the album, an essential grunge puzzle piece in my opinion, is the lamenting, deep, brooding Garden. Hey, did I just mention every song on the album? I did. They're all worthy of mention. This is one of those that should be in everyone's collection albums. I have this original press from the 90s. It is pretty beat up, unfortunately. I don't know if you can see right here. There's creases everywhere. The disc itself is a little beat up, but it plays pretty well. What I do usually play, though, is my 10 Super Deluxe box set. Too lazy to go get it, but it's massive, and one day I'll probably do a video showing off all the contents. But for now, look at this beautiful picture of all the 10 goodness. Alright guys, we are getting closer to the top 15. I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe to Too Many Records. There are more videos coming this week. Stay tuned if you're watching live. If you're watching this years later, hi. Hope you guys like this channel. More videos coming soon. Take it easy.